Are you actually addicted to chaos? Now, the reason why I'm asking this question is most of us want the joy, the abundance, the prosperity, the happiness that life has to offer. And we're trying to bring all these things that we assume will actually help us attain this. But might you be self sabotaging your ability to actually manifest and call in all these things, call in the happiness or joy? I'm going to be sharing the reason behind this in this video, and I'm also going to be sharing with you tips on how, if you're actually currently self-sabotaging your success, how you can actually navigate that and allow your system, your body, to support you in that new reality you're calling in. So hi, my name is Eva. I'm an intuitive healer. I work with two modalities, one which is based on working with the Akashic records. It's called Soul Element, and Soul Element is all about helping you connect to your true soul identity, helping you identify your gifts, and helping you energetically heal and release all these things that are blocking you from your most authentic self-expression. And the second one is called Quantum Flow, which is all about the rewiring of your nervous system and helping you release all these stories, all these memories that are no longer supportive of that highest level of being that you're trying to attain. So I'm going to be sharing more on these two modalities at the end of this video, just to help you get an idea of how they can be a game changer in your growth, healing, and transformation journey. So back to the topic. So are you actually addicted to chaos and suffering in your own life? And you might not even actually realize this. And this is how I actually came into my own realization. So I'm watching a TV show, which is actually a spin-off from an old TV drama that used to run a couple of years ago, okay? So I was expecting that the new spin-off will have the same kind of storyline, maybe not similar, but the same cutthroat competition, rivalry, and all this underhanded tricks and all of that. That is what I was expecting with the TV show, and that's literally how it started. But as the TV episodes have been released each and every week, you find that after a couple of episodes, the rivalry just started waning off. Now, no longer were they competing. Now they were trying to become friends, and every episode brought about some amazing realization and healing and forgiveness between both parties. So the reason why I found this to be odd is that when the show began, it started off with a betrayal where one partner, so it's kind of like a business, so one partner cut off one of their partners from a business deal and took half of the clientele of whatever business they were running together. So of course you expect, with that level of betrayal, you don't forgive that easily. I mean, most TV shows have shown us that over and over again. Like, it's the basis of so many movies. You betrayed one and then the whole thing is about revenge and stuff. So I was expecting that from the TV show. But again, as the episodes have been released, you find that somewhere in between, that competition just started waning off. Like, they're no longer competing, they're actually going out of their way to be more accommodative and more understanding towards each other. And mind you, these are rival companies, right? Like, that should not happen in the same industry, competing for the same kind of clientele. Like, even in the society we live in, that's not normal. You don't make friends with your fellow competitors. That's what the TV shows, that's what we've been conditioned to. And for some reason, this is what this show has now become. It's all about, them being good friends and having each other's backs despite the betrayal and all of that. And what really surprised me is the fact that I found that to be so weird, and I found myself getting bored with the show. Because again, I was expecting the normal competition and all of that and the drama. That is what I was expecting, but I found myself getting bored. And it really hit me because, first of all, in the industry I'm in, this is what we preach about. Like, this is what society is supposed to be about, about unity consciousness, about oneness, about forgiveness, about no competition, no comparison, and all of that. And here I am watching a TV show that actually represents that, and I find myself feeling bored and uncomfortable. And it just hit me that, oh my Lord, is it possible that we've just been so conditioned for drama and suffering and all of this chaotic energy that we don't even appreciate when goodness is happening in our own life, because we don't know what that is. And the way I want you to look at it is, if you're working towards bringing something right, maybe you're trying to call in, we want to say, I'll work with money today. We want to call in a certain level of money, right? And you already had the ideas of how you're going to do that. But every single time you're trying to do that, you find yourself pulling back. Either you're getting distracted, procrastinating on what you need to do, you're a million and one things that actually take you away from what you're supposed to be doing to actually call in that money. If it's maybe applying for jobs, you don't have the time because you're so busy doing so many things. And mind you, even these so many things, probably one of it is unnecessary things like scrolling on social media or watching TV shows. Yeah. You find yourself procrastinating, distracting yourself, and all of that. And why is that? Because that energy you're trying to call in, that's a new level state of being. It's uncomfortable. It feels weird for you because you've never been there. So the way our mind is conditioned, remember, you've had years of practice of how to learn to live on survival mode. So this is all your nervous system knows. This is all your egoic mind knows. This is all what your unconscious mind knows. So any moment you're trying to tap out of the so-called comfort zone, whether it's bringing you pain or not, that your mind has been used to, guess what? It's gonna feel weird. So you would expect that if you're heading towards higher states of being, more freedom, more joy, more happiness, and all of that, you would expect that you're gonna be reaching out towards that. So this is how I want you to think about it. You've conditioned yourself for so many years, not even years, sometimes it's even lifetimes, because even if you look at the history of humanity, for a very long time, especially in our current recorded history, humanity has been living on survival mode, right? Wars all the time, diseases that we did not have cures for, invasions left, right, center, like that was our life for such a long time. So we learned how to navigate the world, the chaotic world we're living in, through learning how to survive. So this current version of you, it's not even a product of yourself in this lifetime. It's a product of yourself in so many lifetimes that you trained yourself to survive no matter what. So first of all, if you find yourself sabotaging all the efforts you're trying to make, forgive yourself. You've had centuries, probably millennia, of you being the version of you. So breaking that pattern, it's not going to be just as easy as just a snap of a finger. It's going to take some time for you to actually allow yourself to experience that highest level of being, even though logic dictates that. How on earth will you choose pain and suffering over that, over the joy and happiness that this other state of being will bring you? So forgive yourself if you find yourself self-sabotaging. Number 2 is allow yourself the time to get used to that energy. Because again, you've had so many years to build yourself to survive. It's gonna take an equal, I don't want to say an equal amount of time, but it's gonna take some time for you to get used to the idea of it is actually possible for you to live in thriving mode and not survival all the time. And because again, that feels weird for your mind, and anytime you're doing something that makes you step out of your comfort zone, what your mind will do is that's danger. I need to protect me. Okay? So that's why you'll have all these billion things happening all around you to prevent you from taking that step towards more of what you want. So again, you'll just find yourself with so much drama happening in your life. And sometimes the mistake that you might actually make, especially when all this is happening, when you're constantly, the way I want you to picture it is that you may take in 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, 1 step forward, 50 steps back. Like that's how literally you navigate this new state of being. You'll keep on failing and failing and failing and wondering like, oh my Lord, what is happening? Like I want that, but it seems that every time I try to work towards that, I fail. So the mistake that you might do in this case is just to say, you know what, this is not meant for me. Why bother? Like I've tried my best, I'm done. Let me just go back to my normal state of being, my comfort zone. This is what most people do, and that's a huge mistake. So I want you to remember, first of all, expect that chaos is gonna erupt whenever you're trying to tap into something new, something better for yourself, expect chaos. That will always happen. And what's happening is that you're trying to be pulled back into that normal, your safe space, even though it's filled with pain. The universe, or not the universe, like your mind, your unconscious mind is trying to pull you back to that. Okay? The mistake you will do is that when you're pulled back, you choose to just sit there and not do anything else. That's the mistake that most people do, because they think that when they're trying to do this new thing, that's unsafe. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back to what I've known to be true for myself. But to create true transformation in your life, guess what? That's going to come with a lot of uncomfortable moments. Expect that. That's the only way to navigate that energy. So yes, you might fail 100 times, but get back up no matter what. Keep on going no matter what. Allow yourself to fail. Remind yourself, I've had so many years to build these patterns of being. So of course, I'm not used to that new energy. I gotta keep on going. Regardless of how many times you fail, you have to keep on going. Because what will happen is the more you're giving into this energy that pulls you back into the comfort zone, guess what you register within your mind? Oh, this is how we're gonna distract this person the next time they attempt to step out of this zone. This is how we're gonna distract them. This is how we're gonna pull them back. So you're literally training your mind on how to distract you, on how to make you self-sabotage. The more you give in, but the more and more you keep on getting back and going back to those habits or whatever you're tapping into to call in that thing that you truly desire, the more and more you keep on going back to that, the more you stronger you're making that muscle. Now your mind will be like, okay, it doesn't matter how many times we try to pull this person back in, they are not giving up. So maybe let's allow that to happen. The more and more you get back, the more that aspect, that new reality is getting anchored in. That's how I want you to picture it. So it's not that you're failing so much, you're just building that muscle. Again, picture yourself going to the gym. If you start going to the gym today and you've never gone your entire lifetime, you can't expect to get a six-pack. That's not possible. That's not the world we live in. It's gonna take some time for you to build up to that six-pack. And that's how I want you to look at it. Give yourself that time. Expect the chaos, expect the moments of failure, expect the moments of self-sabotage, but get back up again and again and again and make that muscle stronger and stronger. And when you get to that other state of being, remember your mind, don't hate yourself, don't judge yourself for all those moments you fail, because your mind does not know better. But when you get there and then that becomes your new state of being, your mind is going to appreciate you so much more. I read a beautiful quote the other day that said that your mind is a brilliant servant, but a horrible master. So if you're allowing your egoic mind to run the show, oh, trust me, it will keep you in old patterns of pain and suffering, because this is what it thinks is normal and safe for you. It will never allow you to outgrow that. No matter how much it's hurting, it will never allow you to get to that higher state of being. So don't allow your mind to run the show. Tap into spirit and allow spirit, your soul, your higher self, to help you navigate that, to give you the strength that you need to keep getting back up again and again. And I'll tell you a beautiful thing that one of my friends just told me recently. It's that the judgment that we normally go through whenever we fail, I mean, it's crazy. And the way my friend, she made me look at it is that when you were a child and you made a mistake, chances are your caregivers, your parents or whoever was taking care of you at that time, made you feel so horrible for that mistake and made you feel like there was something wrong with you, right? So we kind of got conditioned that anytime I make a mistake, oh my Lord, I'm in so much trouble, judgment, judgment, judgment. And you might actually be going through this in your own life. I certainly was. But I want you to remember that even when you fail, don't judge yourself. Compassion, self-compassion is so important. And remind yourself in that moment of failure that, hey, I'm not actually in trouble. So that kind of, it's so crazy, because so many of us go through so much suffering that we actually create in our own mind. This is what I'm saying. When you allow your mind to run the show, it's going to cause a lot of chaos in your life. So we have so much suffering within our thoughts, within our minds, and we have so much judgment. And some of this judgment is what actually contributes to you not getting back up again. Because you'll tell yourself, I am such a failure. I am this, I am that. So if you're going through that right now, this is a message for you. I want you to remind yourself every single time that you're going through that I'm not in trouble. Because you're always expecting, again, if your parents or your caregivers are punishing you because of that, it's kind of like you're anticipating that and you go into this protective space of judgment. So in this case, judgment is horrible, but it's actually keeping you safe from whatever perceived danger your mind thinks you're about to get into because you fail. So just remind yourself, hey, I'm actually not in trouble. Just that statement. For me, it's actually made such a big difference in my life since I actually heard that statement. You are not in trouble. Remind yourself that. Get back again, get back up again, and keep doing the work. Okay, so the other way you can navigate this is, of course, using the tools, mind hacking tools, nervous system tools that will help you just recalibrate your system to allow this energy, this new version of you to get integrated within your system. So of course, that is where soul realignment and quantum flow come in, because these two have been such a game changer. So with soul realignment, essentially, it was getting to know myself, the authentic self-expression that I was supposed to show up as in the world. Because again, you might have been conditioned to be someone that you're not. And the more and more you're honoring that version of you, the more dysfunction you're actually creating in your life. And most people don't know this. Maybe you grew up being told, oh, you should be more like that, and being pushed towards fields or towards careers that you knew in your heart was not what you wanted to do, but because this is what society dictated that you needed to do to call in that success and that safety, that's the field you delved into, even though your soul knows that is not what you're created for. So many of us might actually be going through that experience in your life, that you're so unhappy because you're tapping into a state of being that is actually not your authentic self-expression. So the best thing I did for myself, for my system, to help me navigate the world was to first of all connect with my true soul identity, which helped me actually tap into higher levels of love and acceptance for self. So now, even though the comparison was coming through, I will remind myself that's not who I am. That's not who I'm designed to be. So why fight against myself? This is what my soul knows. This is what my soul is here to be, to become. So with soul alignment, that's the beautiful gift it gives you. It tells you exactly who you are. This is who you are. This is how you're meant to show up. This is how you're meant to create in the world. These are the gifts, source level gifts that you were given to create the kind of experience you want for yourself. So most people don't even know what kind of gift that they have to bring to the world. Every single one of us has a unique set of gifts that we were originated with, that we're meant to tap into to create our human experience. Soul Alignment gives you that. And then it helps you identify all those areas of your life where you're making choices that help you deflect or make choices that actually take you away from your authentic self-expression. So with the reading, you'll get to identify how your everyday choices, your everyday decisions are actually taking you away from your authentic self-expression, and again, creating dysfunction in your life. And then once you identify that, now you tapping into taking full responsibility for what you create for it. Because now with that awareness of who you are, how you're meant to create, now you have the strength or the responsibility to not make the same mistakes again and not create the same chaotic patterns in your life. So now going forward, you're making choices to help you fully embody your authentic self-expression. This is the gift that Soul Element gives you, along with an energetic healing within the Akashic records. Second modality is called quantum flow, which again is a huge game changer if you're trying to shift your life in a huge way. with quantum flow, all those stories, all those belief systems, all those patterns that you've actually integrated within your unconscious mind and within your body, within your nervous system, all the way from childhood. Some of them are not even our own patterns. These are things we just picked up from the society, from the environment and around us, and we happen to believe they were true, even though they weren't supporting our highest level of being. We just accepted it as truth because everyone around us was telling us this is how the world is. But then, right now, that those patterns, those belief systems, they don't support you. They're actually creating so much, again, dysfunction in your life. So with quantum flow, we're breaking down the memories of those patterns, the trauma, the emotional wounds, because all of that is actually recorded within your body, within your unconscious mind that is connected to your nervous system. This is how it actually affects how you show up in the world. With quantum flow, we're breaking down these memories, because what most people do when they come to the healing journey, they just focus on the mind. And yes, that works eventually, but to get a fully integrated healing, you have to incorporate different levels of your being. So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic well-being. You can't just focus on one area. It might work, but you find that it takes such a long time to bring in the kind of change you desire. So with quantum flow, we're literally accelerating that by targeting all these areas and helping you balance back, bring your system back into balance, which again affects how you show up, affects the vibration you send out to the world, okay? And so much more. Quantum flow is actually a lifestyle. So again, it's not a one-time fix-all solution. It's something that you dedicate to yourself. Simple 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes workouts, breathwork, sound and movement to help you, again, release all these stories that you've had all the way from childhood. So you can't expect with a snap of a finger that all those stories are going to be gone. It's something that you do, if possible, for the rest of your life, right? To help you release all those stories so that you actually allow the new version of you to emerge. I've been doing that for the last 4 years, and I can tell you stories of the changes that I've witnessed in my own life in another video, not in this video. So anyways, if you're curious about how these two modalities can be a game changer for you, maybe you have questions for me, you're not sure if they'll work for you or not, I'm going to invite you to book a discovery call with me. Find the link in the description box down below. And I hope I will see you on the other side. For now, I'm sending you so much love and blessings. And let me know your thoughts on everything that I shared in the video. What are you going through right now? How are you self-sabotaging? And based on everything that I've shared with you, how are you going to start navigating and allowing that new version of you to emerge? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any kind of content that I actually drop on my channel. For now, love and blessings, and see you on the next video.